Hi there, this is Anthony, and I want to take a moment to give you a quick tip based on a question I get a lot, which is how do I make a memorization schedule? And this applies to whatever you may be memorizing. It could be that you're just practicing your memory, or it could be that you're learning a language and you need to spend time on vocabulary and grammar principles. It could be that you are going for a certification exam, or you're studying law or medicine, or you're already a professional and you want to get a boost and get more from your mind. So you want to have some kind of strategic approach, because without strategy, you really cannot make advancements. So one thing I suggest, and it is a killer technique for getting a lot out of minimum time, is to divide your memory activities into 3 kinds of days. So you're going to improve your memory in 3 different ways over 3 kinds of days. The first is preparation days. This is when you build the memory palaces. You don't do anything else other than build them and make sure they're good. And so that means drawing them out and making sure you follow all the magnetic memory method principles, and then wandering them in your mind and getting them strong, making sure that you have as much familiarity with the beginning of the journey as with the end, because sometimes the end of the journey can seem a bit vague. So you want to spend a little bit of time wandering around in your mind and making sure all parts are equally strong. Now, the second is memorization days. And this is when you sit down and you actually do the memorization. And you want to do a little bit of testing, but minimize that and work more on the memorization. And of course, track what you're doing so that you have a record of what you've memorized, and you can go and look back and see that you've been accurate. That's very important. So that's all things that you do on memorization days. And then the third day is rest and recall days. And this is really important, that you just chill out, that you really don't put any kind of emphasis on memorizing more or making memory palaces, but you just relax and practice a bit of recall. And practice recall to the extent that you're very comfortable, but not recall in a way that you're going to stress yourself out and then go start re-memorizing the material. Just test yourself. Be away from the source material. Write in a journal while you're relaxed. I go to a cafe all the time to write out my stuff, or I go to the park and then I come back later and check it. And when do I check it? Well, I check it on day 1, or the first kind of day, which is a preparation day. And so then I know that I need to spend some time on the second kind of day, which is the memorization day, working on fixing those parts of the memory that I've worked on, the memory building that I've worked on, and improve it. I need to use the principle of compounding, or whatever the case may be, in order to make sure that all that information is in top-notch form. And so then when I wander into a test for B2 or C1 in a language, or I need to recite something, a poem, or whatever the case may be, whatever I'm working on, music, then I have a strategy for approaching it. And that is what makes the difference, is having a strategy, a quantifiable strategy that you can sit down and track your results and know what you're doing, when you're doing, and why you're doing it. So this is very critical. And I hope this quick tip serves you. I hope that it gives you some ideas to get out there, craft your own strategical way of approaching memory based on these ideas of having 3 different days, and get started. The sooner you do this, the more you're going to see results, and this is very powerful. Your results are going to explode. Now, before I go, I just want to tell you a little bit about Magnetic Memory Method Live in London. And Magnetic Memory Live in London is a great event, and I get a lot of questions about it. And so one of the questions that I get is, what makes this event different than the last one? Because the last one was really great, but some people are thinking, do I want to come again, because this is, maybe it's just the same thing. Well, it isn't the same thing, because last year was lecture-based. There was nothing in terms of exercises. We didn't complete any exercises together, and there was no 8-week email training follow-up. And so that's really a huge difference this year, because, I don't want you to get me wrong, but everyone left more than happy the last time. Everyone walked away with exercises they could do at home, and everyone who implemented the training got amazing results. But more and more, I hear from people who wish someone would just sit them down and make them complete the simple exercises needed to really experience memory improvement. They just need someone to help them do it in real time so that they know how to do it, they know why to do it, and they see exactly how it applies to achieving their memory goals. And so that's exactly what we're going to do. And for the people who attend, it's going to be one of the most powerful implementation boot camps they'll ever experience. And as you can tell, I'm incredibly excited about the event, and I think you need to be there. So if you haven't already booked your ticket, now would be a good time to do it, because ticket prices will go up as we get nearer to the event, and it will sell out. And so if you'd like to attend, click on the link below. And thank you as ever. I'll see you soon.
You've been very inspiring for me to listen to and to follow so far, and I'm so grateful for having found you and the work that you do. There's so much information out there about learning and about memory, and I remember the first video that I heard from you on YouTube. I think it was like 30 minutes long. I knew that. I knew that you were my guy, that you were the one that for me to learn from. Gosh, I've pored over books, I've watched videos. I have never come across anyone else that goes into the detail that you do in breaking it down and in actually teaching how this works. So that's what you're doing. I mean, at least to me, is groundbreaking. I mean, it's new, and I'm thrilled to be here. I'm thrilled to be a part of it.